guys, it's Kelly and today I've got a nail polish mixing video for you. But today's is going to be a little bit different from the ones I've done in the past because this time we are specifically focusing on my nail polish collaborations that I've done with brands. So if you guys have seen, I've actually done two different videos where I mix a bunch of random nail polishes together to kind of create my own nail polish shades, either using polishes I don't love or using shades that I do like and just combining them together just to see what they create. But I really wanted to do one where I did it specifically with my collaborations because believe it or not, I actually have 19 collaboration polishes that I have made with nail polish brands. So I really wanted to do this video because if you guys saw, I recently did a collaboration with Orly actually last month, and I came out with a galaxy inspired trio of nail polishes. And when I filmed the video for that, I actually poured out some of the nail polish and I started like mixing it together to have like a really cool close-up shot. And I loved the way that the polish was turning out like mixed together. So that was basically the reason that I wanted to do this video specifically, but I thought it would also be cool to introduce some of my other collabs and maybe even mix all of my collabs together and just see what happens. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, and it's gonna be filmed a little bit differently. Usually what I'll do is I'll buy little mini nail polish bottles that are empty and I'll pour the product in there, but since these are my collab shades, they're kind of precious to me and I don't want to waste too much if I don't end up liking the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it a little bit out onto a silicone mat, and then I'm going to mix it together with a brush. I'm going to test it on a nail, and then if I do like it, I can just pour it into a nail polish bottle. But if I don't like it, I won't have wasted a lot of product and I won't have wasted a nail polish bottle as well. Although I guess in theory I could just clean out the bottle with acetone, but I still don't want to waste my collaboration polishes. So we're just going to do it this way this time. So yeah, products that I'm going to use, I'm going to be using a silicone mat. I am using the one from Maniology, so I'll link it down below. I'll also put a link to the little mini nail polish bottles that I buy on Amazon, so you can see that down below as well. And then I'm also going to be using the Zoya Z-Wide brush. So this is just a nail polish replacement brush, and I just love the shape of it, so this is just what I'm going to be using to apply. So like I said, I have 19 collaboration nail polishes, so 3 of them are the brand new Orly collaboration that I just did, so I'll link that up in the card so you can check that out if you're interested. 15 of them are from Starly, so over the years I always do a Starly holiday collaboration. So the first one was 3 polishes, the second one was 6 nail polishes, and the third one was also 6 nail polishes. So we've got 15 of those, and then I actually have one nail polish collab that I did with Picture Polish. Originally in 2017, it was retired, but we brought the polish back recently. So yeah, that brings us to 19 polishes. Pretty much all of them are in the same color family. I don't think there's going to be a possibility that I'm not going to like the end result of these because obviously these are all my collaboration shades, so I love all of them. And I also feel like all of the colors, the glitters and the hollow and the base colors just kind of match each other really well. So let's just play around and see what we can create. So we're going to start with the original inspiration for this video, which is my 3 collaboration polishes with Orly. I wanted to just mix them together to see what color these 3 shades would create. I knew it was going to be something in this bluish, purplish kind of color scheme going on here, but I just really wanted to see what it would create. The other cool thing about this collection is all of the shimmers in here kind of match each other. So all of them have the same blue metallic flecks running throughout, but they also have their own opposing shimmer in there. So like the black has red, the blue has purple, and the purple has blue. So yeah, I just thought I would mix it together, and honestly, I have to say the actual process of mixing these on a silicone mat, whew, that is the most relaxing thing ever. I could just do this all day. So expect some really gratuitous shots of me mixing polishes in slow motion. But since this was my first one, I didn't know how long I should actually mix them for. I was having a lot of fun doing the actual mixing, and I feel like even after it was already pretty much fully integrated, I still kept going. So because of that, this polish was a little bit on the dry side when I was actually applying it. So I'm showing you guys the application with the same brush that I just mixed everything with. So you'll see this one, unsurprisingly, super opaque, and the polishes in the original trio are also super opaque, so I was expecting that. The other thing about Orly is their polishes actually dry really quick on me, so I was surprised and impressed that I actually managed to get this on my nails before it dried on my silicone mat. But yeah, oh my gosh, this color ended up being so gorgeous. Somehow it just looks like all 3 polishes mixed in one. Well, that's a stupid thing to say because it is all 3 polishes mixed in one. I guess what I mean to say here is that it kind of took all the best qualities of the individual polishes and just combined them so beautifully. So feeling invigorated off of the success of that first polish, I thought it would be cool to actually take all of the polishes in specific categories and try to do a mix of them then. So the first one that I wanted to do was purple. Obviously, I have a ton of purple collaboration polishes. As you can see, all of them are in the cool range here. And I also included Starly Saros, which is actually discontinued, but I still have the polish, so I just wanted to use it. And again, we have this beautiful slow motion shot of me just mixing everything together real nicely. So you can guess this one, of course, was going to end up being a really cool toned purple, but it's just really cool to see all of the shimmers and the holographic sparkle come together into one polish. And it's surprising how much everything manages to match each other. I know that I tend to go for these same themes every time I do a collab because obviously that's what I'm really into, but it's interesting that they're so different yet they're so complementary to each other. I mean, that's another thing that I always try to do when I am making collab polishes. I always want them to be able to kind of fit within the universe of my other collaboration polishes, if that makes sense. So yeah, this one, oh my gosh, another one that ended up being gorgeous. I really shouldn't be surprised because obviously I like all of the beginning shades and they all kind of match each other, so I shouldn't be surprised to see that the polishes turned out to be gorgeous mixes, but for some reason I am just in awe of them. So yeah, this one created such a beautiful, super cool toned purple, and you can just see so much going on in there. I feel like even just the amount of shimmer and flecks and flakies and stuff that were going on in there really ended up almost eclipsing the holographic sparkle of the polish. And this one was actually kind of interesting too because it ended up drying down to a slightly matte finish. So 2 of the purple shades in the original actually end up drying semi-matte. So Starly Saros and Kelly's Solar Flare from Orly. So it was interesting to see how that kind of affected the final product. But again, just a really beautiful mixture of sparkle in there. I just could not get enough of this color. So since we did the purples all together, I figured we had to do the blues as well. So I don't have as many blues. I have 3 that are like pure blue polishes, and one of them is actually Picture Polish Bluebird. This is the only collaboration polish that I have done that is not specifically space themed. It actually ended up being really perfect for this mixture because it really added a nice lighter contrast in there. Like, oh my gosh, just can we talk for another minute about how fun it is to just mix these polishes on the mat? By the way, if you do want to do this, I would make sure to turn off any air conditioning, fans, close the windows. I know that's probably actually not great advice because you don't want to inhale the nail polish fumes, but if you have any air blowing on your silicone mat, it's gonna make this pile of polish dry quicker. So you want to make sure that you're not giving it any opportunity to dry even though it is exposed to air. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so because of that light bluebird color, it ended up creating, I want to say that this kind of looks to me like a summer version of Starly Diamond Rain. Now obviously I would wear Diamond Rain in the summer because I love that color, but I feel like this is like a brighter, more tropical version of that. So obviously I instantly fell in love with it. It's also really cool because each of the polishes, even though they have their like obvious characteristics, they also have so much going on in them that kind of just meld together and create all of this depth and dimension. You can really see more on application on the actual polishes how much they make such like a beautiful combination of color. I don't know, I feel like I'm just rambling at this point, but honestly, this was really fun to do, and this formula was shockingly impressive. Like, even though I had been mixing it on a mat for like 2 minutes, it still ended up being so smooth and creamy. So I gotta say, these 3 polishes together, they work together beautifully. They make a really nice combo. Honestly, I might just pour this into a bottle and keep this one because I love it. I also wanted to do a combination of all of my polishes that had a black base. Now I will say the majority of these are very similar, even though they all do have different types of specialty effects in them. The Starly ones, I have 3 of them that are just different color multi-chrome flakies, and then I have one that's got sort of a multi-chrome base with holographic sparkle, and then we have the other Orly polish, which is antimatter, and that's just a black base with shimmer in there. So I had a feeling that this was going to turn out to be pretty awesome and very galaxy looking. I mean, all of them ended up looking pretty galaxy-like, but this one in particular, just because it's like that deep space look, no pun intended. But yeah, I was just really excited to see this combination, and I really love seeing these deep colors, especially with that multi-chrome flaky coming through. So I knew this was going to be awesome. I was absolutely not disappointed. This one almost feels overwhelming in how much is going on in there, but I really think that it ended up turning out awesome. This is another one that I would, well, I mean, I shouldn't even say that, because honestly, I would bottle all of these, and it was almost silly of me to think that there was a chance that I wouldn't like these, because they all turned out super awesome. This one was a little bit on the lumpier side just because there are so many larger flakes in there, but it still ended up smoothing out on my nail really nicely, which again was just really impressive. So this is an entire rainbow of glitter in this polish, which is just absolutely gorgeous. The last mini mix I wanted to do before our big finale of mixing all 19 together was to mix all of my toppers. So I have 4 toppers. All of them are actually from Orly, and one of them, Luna, is technically a full coverage glitter, but it is in a clear base. So I figured if I combined it with the other 3, then it would end up creating this sort of topper feeling. But I was also curious to see if a mixture like this could make itself full coverage, and I do think that I could do that. I also think it would be really cool to sponge on, but yeah, just the mixing of these, just pure glitter and flakes and multi-chrome and hollow all together, just looked so beautiful and mesmerizing. I just want this all over my walls. It's just really beautiful. So yeah, once I mixed all of that together, I realized I didn't really have enough to try both on a base color and on its own, and I really wanted to see if this would reach full coverage on its own. So I thought I would just apply it over a base coat. By the way, I don't think I even mentioned it, but obviously I'm using the Orly Bonder base coat because I'm pretty much going through an Orly Bonder base coat phase right now. But yeah, in the first coat, you could definitely see that this would make an incredible topper. I don't even know what color I would put it over, but I imagine it would really pop over black or white. But in the second coat, I saw that it gave sort of full coverage. You could still see visible nail line there, but I thought it just looked really cool. I really do dig this type of vibe, especially in the summer when you can see a little bit of nail through there, but I feel like this would be even cooler if I sponged it on. So thoughts for the future there. Okay, so final mixture here. I thought it would be really cool to just mix all of my collaboration shades together, and I've actually done in a previous video, I've mixed my first 9 Orly polishes together, and it ended up creating this really beautiful multi-dimensional purple color that was obviously very cool toned leaning, but I wasn't sure what would come of this, because even though the majority of the polishes in here are in that purple, blue, black range, I also have a green, which is Orly Terra, and I have a red, which is Orly Infrared. So I wasn't sure if that would kind of gray everything out and make it a little bit different, but I think what ended up happening here, also, by the way, you can probably tell that my table is not very stable, so it's kind of all starting to slide down one side of the silicone mat, but I ended up being able to catch it. So here we have all of that mixing, but yeah, it ended up creating still a very purple toned polish, and I was really impressed with that. It ended up being a little bit more on the neutral side, which I imagine is in part due to the red. I thought it was going to be very, very cool toned, but we did have a good amount of warmth in there. It was surprising to see that this color is actually extremely similar to what I ended up mixing together with the first 9 Orly polishes. So even though I have added 10 polishes to the roster of collaboration shades, mixing them together ended up resulting in the same base color. Although obviously we have a lot more sparkle and flaky and glitter going on in here because I've added a lot more of that to the mix. So yeah, applying it was definitely going to be fun. Now keep in mind, because it took me so long to put the 19 polishes on the silicone mat and mix them together, it did start to dry a tiny bit, so it was a little bit on the thick side. But again, I mean, these are just impressive formulas in general, so they ended up self-leveling really nicely, and it ended up giving me a pretty smooth manicure. I would definitely mix all of these together again. I think they look absolutely stunning, and I would definitely bottle this one up. So here is a little collage of all of the mixes together, and as you can see, we definitely have a very specific spacey, cool toned vibe going on here, and honestly, I love it. I would wear these as a collection. They look super cute together. But I am curious to hear which one is the overall favorite from you guys. So let me know in the comments which combination is your favorite. I think for me, it's probably going to be the purple. I'm sure nobody's surprised about that because purple is my favorite nail polish to wear. But I just feel like that shade of purple just looks so regal and beautiful to me. So I definitely love that one the most. But I think the combination of all of them was really stunning too. I feel like the video didn't even do this one justice just because there was so much going on in the polish that the camera just couldn't even capture all of that beautiful sparkle. But yeah, overall I think this was actually a really fun experience. I had a lot of fun mixing the polishes and sort of grouping them into categories here, and I definitely love that all of these are similar. Like, I love having that overarching space theme. I think it makes a lot of sense because that's something that I really love, but it definitely makes me want to branch out a little bit and try different kinds of collabs and see like what other shades I can create. But yeah, I love to see all of the collabs. I love to see how well they match each other because it just makes my heart so happy, and I'm very grateful that I've had the opportunity to create all of these. It's just been a very cool experience. So doing my own little DIY experiment of collabing my own collab polishes was definitely fun. So yeah, that was my collaboration mixes, and honestly I had so much fun doing this. I feel like it's really cool to kind of take all of my favorite nail polishes. I know I'm a little bit biased here, but like all of the polishes that I love the most and kind of mix them together in different batches and see what I can create, because I feel like there's really no way to go wrong here. But yeah, just in general, I enjoy doing these mixing videos just because it's fun to kind of experiment and see what polishes can create other colors. So I'll definitely be doing more. If you have a request of any particular colors or brands that you want to see me mix together, leave them in the comments and we can do that, and it'll be a fun part 4, and maybe we can even do a live version of it. I don't know. But yeah, if you enjoy my mixing videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. If you're interested in any of the collabs that I used today, I'll link all of the polishes down in the description. A couple of them are not currently available, but I'll just put all of the links down below so you can check those out. Huge shout out to my Cosmic Admirals on Patreon, Amanda M, Braxton Scott, Rainbow J, and Kristen. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Jenna, and Jenna wants to know, have you had a chance to play the new Pokemon Snap game yet? If so, what's your favorite course? So this is actually, I feel like, out of character for me, but no, I have not gotten the Pokemon Snap game. And the reason for that, it's actually 2 reasons. If you guys don't know this about me, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so much so that I actually stream 3 times a week me playing Pokemon on Twitch. So if you're interested in that, I'll link it below as well. But yeah, I am a huge Pokemon fan. However, I have never played the original Pokemon Snap. I think it was for Nintendo 64, so I don't have the nostalgia factor of the game, which I feel like is a big draw for a lot of people. And then reason number 2 is I'm not as big of a fan of like the side games that Pokemon comes out with. I'm a very huge fan of like the core line of games where you're, you know, fighting Pokemon and catching them and battling and stuff. I didn't really get into the other kinds of games that they had, so I'm not sure that I would like Pokemon Snap, although a lot of people are telling me that I would love it. So I feel like I'm just kind of being indecisive about it. I know I'm definitely going to be buying the other 2 games that are coming out, although I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it for me to buy Pokemon Snap because I'm not sure if I'm going to love it. I don't know. If you guys have played it, let me know and tell me if you think I would really enjoy it. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.